And thank you so much, Senator Steiner and Mr. Chapman. We obviously 2 minutes does not apply in your case. If you have 5 minutes or so, that would be wonderful to reiterate.
We'll try to keep it brief, Madam
goals.
Chair. Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the committee, for the record, Elizabeth Steiner, State Senate District 17, and chief sponsor of Senate Bill 303. I want to start by saying that I understand and respect the concerns that have been raised by opponents to this bill, and I want to provide some more detailed information and some counters to some of the things that have been said. The most important thing to bear in mind with the -2 amendments is that clients now have an overt opt-out option. Overt. It's part of the process that they will go through when they're first working with a facilitator, and it'll be very clear to them that they can opt out of data collection and transfer. That's important.
It's our read of Senate Bill 303A that the client information is fully collected, and it's up to the client whether they want their aggregated data shared with OHA. So the service center licensee would still collect all of these data points, and the opt-out comes with whether or not the client wants that aggregated data shared with OHA or not.
Through the amendment process, I believe we have meaningfully addressed privacy concerns to the best of our ability. In the -2 amendment, clients now have the ability to opt out of having their aggregated information, I repeat, aggregated information, shared with the Oregon Health Authority.
Clients will have the ability to opt out of having their aggregated information shared with the OHA.
The pinwheel slide, please. Here we go. So this is actually the process in which someone will be going through a session, right? Step 1, client intake, which is where the opt-out mechanism now exists. This is where a client will meet with a facilitator. They'll talk about what to expect. They'll create a safety plan, and they will be able to choose right then and there whether or not they want to opt out of having their aggregate information provided to OHA.
I just want to note that throughout the conversations that have been had about this, one of the things that I have found important is that there is that opt-out option.
Approach or not.
Can I clarify a couple of things you said, Mr. Chair, please? Thank you. The first thing is one important thing I forgot to mention, and I really apologize for mentioning. People have the option to opt out of having their data included.
Like we already do.
So they already do. But that will be very explicit, and that will be part of the agreement they enter into with the facilitator. So they do have the opportunity to opt out of having their data used.
I really do still have concerns over this bill, and my no vote in committee will stand here this morning, or this afternoon, this evening, 6:30 this evening. And I would ask you to join me in having caution with Senate Bill 303A.
Thank you, Senator. Additional discussion? Seeing no discussion, Senator Steiner, do you wish to close?
Thank you, Mr. President. Briefly, I appreciate the concerns raised by the constituent from the senator from the Mount Hood region, and I think he may have been correct on the original version of Senate Bill 303. I do not believe those concerns are largely justifiable with the -2 amendment and what we now have before us with 303A. The ability of clients to opt out is very important.